It was the year of 2007. Kru Nam is just a local artist in the city of Chiang Mai, located in northern Thailand. Kru Nam walked past this river daily to and from her art studio. She noticed that there were several children sleeping on the riverbank. One day, her curiosity got the best of her. She wanted to know what brought these kids to the river. So Kru Nam decided to use the one way she communicates best, through art. She gathered up several blank canvases, some paint, and some paintbrushes and brought them down to the river. She asked the children to paint the stories of their life. Moments later, she was taken aback with what she saw. Horror stories began to appear in front of her eyes. She wondered how. How could children only 11 and 12 years old display such terror? The children began to explain. They aren't from Thailand. They are from countries like Burma, Laos, Cambodia, some as far away as China and Vietnam. These children shared with Kru Nam that they were sold by their parents or kidnapped. Most were promised that if they went, they would be able to go to school in Thailand. These children trusted that they were promised and hoped to simply live a normal life and have a normal childhood. Instead, all of them were taken to karaoke bars right there in Chiang Mai. Men from all over the world would come to these karaoke bars. The children explained that these men would do things to them that they would be arrested for doing back in their home country. The correct term for these horrible men is sex tourists. Sex tourists would do these unspeakable things to these children, night upon night. They shared with Kru Nam horrible tragedies that they experienced. These children, as young as 11 years old, are victims of sexual abuse, rape, molestation. They were being brutally, physically abused, living in horrific, cramped living quarters, and experienced outrageous psychological trauma, their innocence stolen from them. Kru Nam was immediately outraged with anger and disbelief. She begged the children, "How can I stop this? What is there that I can do?" They told her that they were considered the lucky ones. They escaped. They took refuge at this river, and that their friends, many more children they knew, were still living this nightmare. That night, she went right into the first karaoke bar she could find in Chiang Mai. She was surprised at how easily accessible it was to find, right under her nose this entire time. She right away noticed two little boys and a girl talking to an older man, a sex tourist from Europe. She acted upon her rush of adrenaline and rage of anger. Kru Nam grabbed the three children and ran out. Night after night, Kru Nam kept up with this pattern. She had no actual plan of action, but she needed to save these children's lives. Word eventually spread about Kru Nam stealing the karaoke bar's property. She fortunately found a piece of property in Thailand, somewhere safe, where she can give a safe home for these children. There has grown to be a total of 127 kids, ranging between the ages of 4 to 17. Although Kru Nam has saved over 100 kids in Thailand, who have been trafficked from all over the world, there still is an obscene amount of children, just in northern Thailand alone, who have yet to be rescued and live this daily terror. The organization Not For Sale was actually originally created to help Kru Nam build her community center. This village provides not only a safe home, but gives a new hope to children being rescued from this horror known as human trafficking. I'm sure, like Kru Nam, after hearing about this trauma, you ask yourself, how can I help? What can I do? There are ways. Awareness needs to be raised. It is stated that power comes in numbers. The more people who are aware of this issue, the more power we have as human beings to stop it. Share your knowledge of this growing epidemic with many. Visit www.notforsalecampaign.org. You can make a donation. Whether it be small or large, anyone can help make an impact and restore innocence to over 100 trafficked children in need. We don't want them to live in the dark any longer.